What's up, everybody? If you're familiar with the channel, then welcome back. If not, very quickly, my name is Logan. I host the Big Easy Bets podcast. We're the premier Louisiana sports betting podcast. We specialize in NFL, college football, and college basketball, none of which are going on right now. It's the summer months, so we're sitting around waiting for football to come back. So we pass the time a lot of times by playing golf. You may see some golf content along the way. But today we're switching it up and we're going to try something new. An 8-ball pool match, a race to 5, me versus my co-host Nick Von Brick. We have a table in the studio. We've played for about a year, 2 years now. With that being said, we're about as amateur as it gets. We've never played APA. We've never played a tournament. We've never played any type of competitive style outside of the studio. So you're going to see poor positioning, poor cue ball control, poor pattern play, all of that. So we're not here to be any type of educational channel. We just like to shoot. We threw some cameras up. If you're anything like me, I'll watch anybody play. I'll compare my game against anybody that's willing to throw theirs on a video on YouTube, and I'll tune into it. So we're not trying to show you how to be a better pool player. We're just playing, and if you want to pass the time and watch along the way, hit that like and subscribe button down below. We'd appreciate it. I don't know if this content's going to stick around, but if it does good numbers, you'll leave us no choice. I'm also going to I'm going to give you my thought process through each shot, and mainly it's more for me than you. I think it's going to help me become a better player, and just kind of give you a little bit of narration throughout the match. So again, 8-ball pool, a race to 5. We're going to start it off with a lag. All right, I'm on the right, Nick's on the left. I got to say, because I remember this lag, I pride myself on my ability to lag on this table. This is my table. No one knows it better than me. This was a god-awful lag. This was terrible. So Nick's going to break first. A bad look, a tough start to the match for sure. So again, a race to 5. First one to win 5 games. Obviously, when you're breaking 8-ball, you want to try to keep the cue ball in the middle of the table. Easier said than done sometimes. He got an unlucky kick from the 6 there, so that kind of forced the cue ball all around. He's going to be sitting at the top rail, but he did get the 1 to go in the corner. But it's a funky layout. You've got really the only feasible shot he has is on a stripe, but you've got 4 solids surrounding the 10-ball. So I would imagine here that he's going to go with stripes. I don't think he really has much else to pocket a ball. So we'll see. It means nobody's going anywhere for a little while in this opening game is what it looks like. And I will say I'm watching this basically with you in real time. We filmed this a day or two ago. I don't remember every shot. I will have some come back to me, I'm sure. But we'll see. Looks like he's going to go 11 to the middle pocket. He did. Yeah, I mean, this is tough. I mean, you could go 9 in the middle, or you go 15 to the middle. Looks like, by the way he's aiming, he's going to go 9 in the middle. He is. Okay, decent roll out there with the 14. So he's got to look at he should be able to pocket the 3 balls down here. And then you can work your way back up for the 15 if you want. But again, that 10-ball being trapped the way it is, like I said, me sitting with solids, I'm not really worried currently because until somebody figures that out, nothing's going to happen yet. Okay, he's going to play back for the 12 in the corner. And if at any point in time you feel like you see a shot or a run or something that you would have done differently that you think was a better way to go about it, you can drop a timestamp. You literally just put it in the comments and you can let us know. I will always go back and look and I'll hear what you have to say. I'm always open to constructive criticism and advice, to say the least. So I think he can clear this 3. It looked like he ran out. Yeah, he definitely can. So he's going to go 13 in the middle, work the cue ball back up the table. Decent shape on the 15, I guess, if you want to try to spin it off that left side, off that side rail and try to break up the cluster of balls a little bit, I guess. But it's kind of tight. Okay, so he went for the bank and overshot it big time. I'm surprised he went for the bank and didn't try to cut it to the top left corner, but All right, so now this is me. So clearly we're solids. I really don't have much of anything other than the 4 ball. I'd imagine that's where we're going to go. 4 ball to the corner, work the cue ball back up, maybe try to hit and break up that cluster a little bit. Okay, so we got the 3 out, but we basically kissed the 6 and 7 together, so that's a whole nother problem to deal with. You're going to go back left English here. Get a little fortunate around that middle pocket. We're going to try to cut the 5 to the corner, overcut it. Oh. I will say no excuses, hand up, though, that this is our first game. We did no warm-ups. We kind of just dove right into it, for better or worse. But, again, so he's got a straight shot on the 15, but what are you going to do with the 10? The 10's the problem.
No, I've been knowing, but it's my turn again. Yeah. It's still stuck.
Yeah, I'm like, I'm not going to get it unstuck. So kind of hard to see from this angle, but okay, we did over the top. Yeah, I mean, he could draw it back. Okay, he decided to go top. Yeah, he's in a tough spot here, let's be honest. You kick the ball off the rail and just try to make a legal hit. Really, you could say fuck it and just pocket the ball into the fire the cue ball into the middle pocket and make me figure it out, but that's never normally the best idea, I guess. So yeah, he's going to try to kick off the okay, he was going to try to kick off the side rail, but he caught the corner of the middle pocket and it hit it into the 2 ball.
That wasn't crazy.
So that just did me a big solid. That's ball in hand, and that's ball in hand, and I mean, it's runnable at this point. Everything's open. So we're going to go 6 down to the corner, try to draw it back just slightly. Good shot. Now we're going to go 2 down to the other corner. Soft, so we can have the 5 coming back. No, we're playing for the 7. Okay. I'll trust myself in the video. It was a good shot on the 2. I don't know if maybe the 5 would have been a better move, but okay, we got the 7 to go. Got a cut on the 5. So this, okay, I remember this shot. So softer. Just hit it softer, play the 8 to the middle. So now we got to cut the ball, 8 ball, top left corner pocket, and we don't get it enough. So I would think I'm fine with playing the 2 rails off the 5, but hit it just a little softer and play the 8 ball to the middle, and we're on the board with the first win of the day. Good news is we didn't leave an easy shot. I mean, some people might try to tell me this is an easy shot. For 2 amateur players, this is not an easy shot. You can go for the bank to the middle. Okay, so he did a cross bank safety, but it looks like he left the 8 visible. So it looks like I'm going to be able to get a shot, and I can promise you right now, it could be a razor-thin margin. If I have the opportunity to cut the 8 ball for the win, I'm going to give it a shot. We're going to give it a go for sure. So I would be shocked if I did anything otherwise here. It looks like I can certainly see it. Yeah, just caught too much ball. Didn't cut it enough. And he's got essentially a straight-on shot on the 10. Might have to cut it to the right just a little bit, but just good speed. Make a good hit with good speed. Play it back off the top rail for the 8. Okay, he didn't cut it enough. And he put the 8 on a platter for me. So we're going to get on the board here with the first win. Probably didn't deserve it. Definitely didn't deserve it, if we're being honest. So he just missed the 10. But, hey, we'll take what we can get. A win's a win. We're on the board with the first win of the match. So, again, a race to 5. All right. So now I'm breaking. Nick broke the first game. I'm going to be honest. I'm open to pointers for an 8-ball break. I understand you can break at the second diamond on the second ball. That's how you get the most movement out of the 8-ball. I find myself breaking the same way, whether it's an 8-ball rack or a 9-ball rack. I'm hitting the left side of the 1 ball, trying to send it to the middle pocket, trying to keep the cue ball in the middle of the table. But I feel like there's just too many times where I get a dry break. So if you have some pointers or if you have an 8-ball break that works best for you, I'm all ears. You can definitely let me know. All right, so you either got so it was a dry break, so it's open table, but with the cue ball where it's at, you're kind of limited with your options. You can either go the 1 ball to the top left corner, or you can play for the stripes, which is what it looks like he's doing, and he is. So he's going to play the 11 on the way back, depending on the angle. The only problem is the way the ball is going to. You're going to probably get trapped behind the 1-7-2 in that general area. So he's going to actually go for the 15. I don't hate the decision. Okay, he just over-thinned it. Yeah, he over-thinned it. Or overcut it. Sorry, he thinned it. Kind of put the ball right back in the spot that it started off the break. So now I'm solids. It makes up our decision there. Originally, I was talking about you can either go with the 1 or you can go with one of the stripes. Now we're going to go with the 1 in the top left corner. I do remember this shot. This was a solid shot. Got to cut it, but got to thread the needle between the 9 and the 10. So judging by this, we're going to play the 6 ball to the middle pocket. So my thought here was I don't want to take the 5. I don't want to open up a pocket if I don't have to. You got the 2. We could cut the 3 to the middle with the 15 down there blocking the pocket. I think we settle on the 2. And I was kind of hoping to get a better hit, maybe knock the 7 down to the bottom rail, so then we at least had an open shot with the 7. But it didn't go that way. So we took the 3 knowing that the 9 and 10 were saving us there, and then we just overhit it. I hit it way too hard, and we ended up scratching all the way back cross table. So not ideal. Ball in hand for Nick. He's going to have to figure something out with the 8 ball blocking his right there, but it looks like he's just going to take the 11. I don't know if he was maybe trying to send the cue ball and kind of kick the 8 out of the way there. Probably going to go 10 here. Almost hit it too square, and yeah, so now he's stuck with a difficult shot. So now you got to run the 12 down to the bottom right corner because the 4 ball's blocking the 15, an extremely difficult cut on the 9, judging from this angle at least. I guess I could get a better look at it, and then the 8 ball's blocking your other one. So yeah, and he just hit it too square. He hit too much ball, didn't run it down. Judging by this, you got to just take the 5, I guess, but kind of in a tough spot here. Again, I really don't like to open up the pocket if I don't have to, but okay. So we just drew it straight off the 5, essentially right back to the same spot that we just were. So we had to settle on the 5 because of the spot we were just in. There's no way that was the plan. Okay, so I don't remember my clear-cut thought process on this one, but if I had to guess, I would think I was trying to cut the 7 and kind of kick the 15 out of there. if I had to guess, we were probably trying to cut the 7 and claim that pocket essentially and get his stripe out of the way. We did not succeed in doing so. So we left him a shot on the 9. It's really all he's got. I think you could still see the pocket. Either one of these that you wanted to go with, but I'm sure he's going to go 9. Work the ball back up the table, but didn't. If he would have hit it a little bit harder, he could have played, the 12 back to the middle. So again, with that 8 ball trapped, or that 8 ball blocking his, not really going anywhere yet, at least. And then judging by this, yeah, he didn't roll it up table enough, so you got to now he's got to open the pocket up. He's got to take the 15. Okay, so he overhit. He hit harder than he needed to. He was trying to spin it out of there, and it rattled around in the pocket and then shot it out. So judging by this, we're going to go a little top right-ish and play the cue off the bottom rail back towards the 4. Like that. And so, okay, I remember this one now too. So the thought process here was, how am I going to get back to the 8? I could really only see the 8 to the middle pocket there. So I went bottom left English. Didn't hit enough. I didn't get enough draw. I wanted it to hit off that bottom rail and essentially give me a straight on shot with the 8 to the middle. 2 problems. I didn't draw it back enough, but more importantly than that, I didn't make the 4. The 4 rattled around in the corner. I still would have had a look at the 8, which is what was really unfortunate, because I would have liked to at least still had a go at it. But 4 didn't drop. So the good news is it blocked. He's got no reasonable shot here. It tucked the cue ball with one of those fortunate safeties, I guess you want to call it, the unintentional safety. I'm not sure what he's going to do here, to be honest with you, because, I mean, you can certainly get a legal hit. It looks like he's going to kick. Oh, yeah, I think he tried to call 12 to the middle pocket and just didn't get enough of the ball. So I kind of remember this. This one does not go according to plan. So what I'm trying to do, I think, the way that the cue ball was tucked on the right side of the pocket made it difficult. And I skimmed it off of it too much, as opposed I should have caught more of the 4 to allow it to hit off that side rail. I wanted to play bottom left and send it essentially back around so I could shoot the 8 ball right back in that middle pocket that I was originally trying to get to. And then here, I don't really know. You tell me, I guess, if you have a better idea. I think I just had nothing and was just kind of hitting and hoping to kind of maybe tuck the cue ball behind the 8 off contact, and essentially that didn't work. So table's open, and if he runs it, he wins. So from his perspective, he should probably be looking at cutting this into the left corner right there with a little right spin, going back to play the 15 into the middle pocket. Okay, so he just way overcut it. That's what he was attempting to do. He thinned it and didn't get nearly enough of the ball. So now we're going bottom right. We're going to do a little right English, but yeah, soft. Don't come anywhere near scratching. So we're up on the board 2-0. Again, let me reiterate, too. Like I said, this is not meant to be educational. So you're not going to come in here and be taught anything. This is just for the people that like to watch people shoot pool. Rack number 3. Again, I shoot it like a 9-ball rack. I got to figure something out in 8-ball, and that may be fine. I mean, maybe that's... So, but yeah, see, that's the problem. So the 1 ball was going to the middle, and then it gets... There's just so many extra balls that are going to... It ricochets out of there. looks like another dry break, too. So that's what I'm saying. We got to figure something out here. We got to figure out how we can stay on the table off the break. It just hasn't been really working. Another bunched up layout where, I mean, he's surrounded. The cue ball's surrounded. So you don't have a lot of room to work. I mean, judging by this, can't go anywhere with the 10, can't go anywhere with the 12. I don't think he can see the 11. Maybe he could. I don't think so, though. So he's going to go 5 in the top right corner. He's going to take solids. Slow rolled it, so he got it. I think. Okay, maybe that was a good shot. I guess he's going to go 1 and try to thread the needle here. Yeah, 1 clean, good shot. Same thing, 7 in the middle. With the angle he's got, he's going to go 7. He's going to work it down for the 4. At some point, you got to figure out something with the 6 and the 2. Yeah, so he's got the angle for it. He's got the shape on the 4 to do a little left and work your way over there. Hope you can hit the 6 or the 2 out of there. Okay, so he got both to move. Okay, so he could cut the 2 in the bottom right corner. Or he could bank the 6 back to the middle if he was feeling ambitious here. But okay, so he tried to cut the 2, and he just didn't cut it enough. So now, it wouldn't have been the best leave either. He left the ball in the top rail. But for the fact that he didn't make it, it makes it a lot more difficult for us. So we're stripes. You got nearly 4 balls in a straight line, and you're buried on the rail. So I could either go 13 in the middle, but with being on the rail, not being able to put any spin other than top, that's not ideal. So it looks like we're going to go with the 11. I think I remember this one as well. I looked at it for a little while. It looked straight on, but there was just enough of an angle that I could, with a little top right, I could work it off the 11 and get it to play off that top rail. Or that bottom rail, sorry. So that's what we're going to do. We're going to try to just work the ball back up the table. Yep.
Really, this main view gives a pretty good look at the ball's chip.
From which angle? This? Yeah, that one.
So here we're going to go, I think that's the 13, to the middle pocket. Trying to get the 3 to get out of the way. So we're trying to open up the 9. Which maybe if we buried it on the if we put the cue ball right on the rail, then we could maybe get the 9. We could go by the 3. But then I don't like my chances of being able to work back anyway. I wouldn't have any angle to work back down to the other side of the table. So other than drawing it straight back. So we did get the 3 to move. Solid shot on the 10. Now we're going to have to go with the 9. So we're going to go a little bottom left here, try to work it back. A little fortunate break. We got the 12. We hit the 12, but we got those out of line. So in theory, this should be a wrap. This should be a done deal. Well, in a perfect world, you make this shot and you don't have a lapse in concentration and overcut it, but that's exactly what we did. And this, I really can't believe that I did what I just did there. That was terrible. I find myself doing that when it's like, it's almost like it's right there that you don't even really have to think about it. And then, so yeah, you just have a lapse in concentration and then you miss a shot that you should make. He overcut the 2 and then Fortunately for him, it tucks behind the 3, so we don't have anything legitimate here. We're just trying to make a legal hit. So we're going to play this around the side of the 6 with a little bit of right spin. And we're just trying to get a legal hit. A little softer would have been nice to tuck kind of behind that 8 ball, but so it's open for him here. You can either you take the 2 to the corner or the middle, whichever you wanted. Okay, so he goes to the corner. Now you got to play the 3. You got to get back to the 6. If it's me, it's hard to see. I'm sure we'll go to the overhead camera here shortly, but judging by, looks like there's a little bit of an angle. Yeah, there definitely is. Okay, I would play a little top left, more left maybe, and try to work that cue ball back essentially to the same spot that it's at right now. And then you play the 6 down to the corner with a little stop shot. You could draw it back if you wanted to, and then play the 8 to the top corner. So that's what he was trying to do. He just, same thing. So he didn't leave himself the best angle to begin with on the 6. So it forced the cue to go by the 14 as opposed to having it straight on. Okay, so we're going to, we're going to run. Solid shot. It was nearly touching. I mean, there's a million different ways you could go about this, I suppose. Let's see what we do. I really don't remember. Okay. Yeah, I like that. You didn't want to play it. You don't want to try to play back for the middle pocket. So we just did a lot of draw. Drew it off the side rail, gave ourselves a better angle, and then an easy shot on the 8, and we're up 3-0. So the problem here, we're not shooting bad. Other than that one just complete lapse of concentration and terrible shot, and we should have been out of that game way sooner than we were. We're not shooting bad, I don't think. It's off the break. I can't get an opportunity to do anything. So the dry breaks are killing us. Let's see. Can we get one to drop? Can we keep the cue ball on the table? Okay, we can. All right, so we're up 3-0. A solid break. You'd like the cue ball more to the middle, of course, but judging by this, we're going to probably play that 1 ball to the middle pocket. I'd like to see the angle on the 6, so we go 1 ball to the middle, soft enough that we can play the 6 back to the corner. I think it goes. Okay, so yeah, we went 1 to the middle. Yeah, it must go. I must be pretty confident that it goes. And it didn't go. Okay. All right, good shooting. I looked pretty sure. I looked pretty confident that it was going to go. It did not. I either mishit it or it just didn't go. I have no idea. So he stripes. Okay. Solid shot on the 10. Probably going to, hit the 8. Straight to the 11 in the middle. The 9, you should be able to see it, but, I mean, maybe I can't see very well. So he's going 11 middle. Yeah, so same thing. He must think he can see the 9 past the 2. We're going to put my eyeballs to the test here because I think you can see it. It's harder. I get it. It's camera. we're watching back, but okay, so it could go. A little hard on the shot, and then so now what do? Do you play the really tight, close proximity cut there with the 14? Do you play the 15 to the middle? But then if you do that, how are you getting back around? Or could you cut the 15 to the corner? Yeah, I mean, there's no, yeah. So he's got to go with the 15 there. So he did go to the middle. That was a solid enough shot, but so looking at it from this angle, what he could do is play a safety off that left side. So he went for the bank. He could have probably played a safety off the left side and tried to tuck the cue ball at a funky spot for the 2, like in that general area. But he went for a bank and ended up clipping the 8 ball. So now we got to run the 6 down. And just barely, I mean, just barely. That wasn't, I didn't think that was a bad shot. Given what we had to work with, it just came off that rail at the tail end. So he's going to go for the kick shot down to the corner because the 6 is blocking him. Okay, so now it's either the 6 or 7. It's our only option. I think I could see the 6, but we're just going to take the 7. Rattled it home, but whatever. Makes a make. You'd like a little cleaner, sure. I think we can see the 2. Yeah, just tried to stop it so we can play the 3 back down. There was a slight angle. I remember this one as well. Slight angle. Had to cut it to the left just barely. Top spin, played off that rail a little bit. Give ourselves a little bit more shape on the 6. Run it down to open up the window a little bit more. So left spin, 2 rails, soft. Play the 8 right to the middle. Beautiful. All righty, 4-0. What's that, on the hill? I think that's what it's referred to as. Trying to sweep the 5 games. That was I like the little run out there at the end. But just leaving too many opportunities. It's not really, I allow it to be taken out of my control too many times, I feel like, and just some sloppy mistakes that need to be cleaned up. Again, like I said, so we're trying to break, same thing, 1 ball going to the middle pocket, and just it's too clustered, and we scratch. So that's for the love of God, somebody help me out with an 8-ball break, because that's not it. That's not it. That 1 ball's never going to get to the middle pocket there, like for the 9-ball break, where there's nothing else that's typically going to hit the 1 off course. He just hit the 9, but we're going to look past that. It just doesn't work. It doesn't give the 1 ball enough time to get there to pocket a ball. So we got to figure something else out. Next time that you see another 8-ball video, if we do another one, I better be breaking from a different spot. So again, he's at the table with ball in hand, and he needs to get on the board here. He needs to string some shots together. Is he going for the comp? I'm confused by that. It was am I missing something here? I'm pretty sure it was ball in hand. I'm just now seeing that. I don't think that he moved. I don't think he took it as ball in hand. I probably put the cue ball there and he just went and played it. So we're taking solids. Rolled that one out a little more than we liked, but we wanted to get shape on the 2. I'm going to roll it forward, play the 1 back same way, or opposite side, sorry. I got to go back and look at that. I think he had ball in hand and he didn't know it. And then just played a combo. Okay, so we did the stop shot there, but I'm not entirely sure why because, yeah, I don't think that was a very good shot. Now we're going to play the 3. And we got the 7 out of there a little bit, but could probably play the 6 to the middle, but I think I'm going to just, because I'm not going to have another opportunity for the 7, I think I'm going to try to get the 7 to go in the middle. Yeah, just had to. That was unfortunate, I guess, but I didn't know if I would get another opportunity to have a chance to pocket that one without having to work something around. Pretty good shot there, if I'm being honest, at least for my standards, because I had to jack up over, was that the 13? So a solid shot on the 4 in the corner, played it off the top rail. Now we got the 6 coming back. I think that's all we got left before the 8, right? Yeah. And just overran it. Unbelievable. Oh, I remember this. Oh, God. Bear with me. So the thought process there was to hit it with top, but put it basically on the side of the 9 so we could play the 8 to the middle pocket. Or we could even go to the corner if we wanted to cut it to the corner and play the cue off the 15 as like a block. So now we're just trying to make a hit, and we're losing the game. And I'm going to be honest, that was so bad. I don't even remember the last time I did something like that. That was just a complete lapse of judgment, I guess. Just trying to make a kick shot and make a legal hit on the 8 and not give him ball in hand. In my head, I was like, I literally had the thought pass through my head of just rocketing the cue ball into the corner pocket and giving him ball in hand. But I was like, okay, we can get to the 8. We'll just make a clean hit, and that way he doesn't have an opportunity to put it wherever he wants. And then we just bypassed all of that, made the 8 in the middle, and gave him a win. So 4-1. The sweep's out the window. Race to 5. Nick's breaking. And at the very end, I was like, okay, looking at a dry break, but at the very end, he gets the 9 to drop. Pretty good spread, too. It's relatively wide open. You got the 1 ball block in the corner. But, I mean, it was a pretty solid break. So he's taking stripes, 15 to the middle. And he's got to do something at this point. His back's against the wall here. Looks like he's going to go for the 11. It's kind of blocking the 7, but I mean, with how open it is, it's you gotta do something. You gotta go. Not ideal here. I think he could see the 12. Or you could try to go. I can't tell what ball that is. I guess we'll probably be able to see here in a second, but he's going to try to play that to the middle. Pretty good shot. Now you got to take the 12. It's all you have. If you played that with top, you could run in front of, what is that, the 13, and play that back to the middle perhaps, or maybe you hit it on the way back. Okay, so that's unfortunate. He didn't make it, but the He did hit the 13 on the way back, so he would have had a shot. He just wasn't able to pocket the 12. So now essentially our only real problem here is the 6 ball. But I mean, we'll cross that bridge when we come to it. For some reason, I went back, or I was thinking about this. I decided to just take the 3 out of the equation. I understand typically you want to clear one side of the table. I think I was thinking maybe if I wanted to get back, I would have that pocket for the 6. So if needed. So we took the 3 and then started working all the way on the other side of the table. So didn't give myself the best shape on the 5 there, and then just kind of overspun the shit out of it. So not the best cue ball control by any means. Good shot on the 4. You'd like to see this roll a little bit more though, and we could play the 7 into the middle. That was a little fortunate. 7 went around the 12. We managed to pocket it. So now we're going to cross bank the 6 instead of... Yeah, I don't know if that was the right move. Going back, I would maybe want to try to cut the 6 to the corner, knowing that the 12 was blocking me from the scratch. I think that was the 12. Or maybe that was a 14. It doesn't matter. So, yeah, okay. So that's a good shot by him on the 12. So now you'd like a little bit more angle here so you could play that ball down to the corner. You'd like to be on the other side of it. It's not a bad shot. A little bit more pace so that cue ball rolls out a little bit more. Okay, so that's the 10 ball. If I remember correctly, I think he goes for the bank. I think he banks it back to the middle pocket right by him. And you can do that. I mean, you can definitely do that. And then if you draw the cue ball back off the rail just a little bit, maybe you shoot the 8 in the bottom left corner right there. But the 10 was definitely, you could cut that to that top middle pocket as well. Yeah, so he's going to go for the bank here. Big shot. I mean, oh, man. So he just barely misses it. A good effort, but thought here, top spin, probably 2 rails. I thought about going soft and just playing the 8, but then I decided to go 2 rails. I didn't think I put outside English, but it wasn't a good leave with the cue ball at all. So, but still a makeable cut. And that's a win. So, I win the first match 5-1. If you enjoyed this, content, hit the like and subscribe button if you don't mind. Like I said, we're amateurs. We're not here to give you advice. We're not trying to make you a better pool player. We're just shooting pool because we enjoy to do it. Again, if you're like me and you'll watch anybody shoot, we're going to put some videos out there if you want to pass the time. If you don't want to listen to me talk, you can hit the mute button. So I appreciate everybody taking the time to watch the video. If you have any advice, like I said, help me find an 8-ball break, please, because I need it. I got 9-ball down, and we'll be doing some 9-ball videos. We'll even do some 10-ball videos as well. But, yeah, help me out with that 8-ball break. Thank y'all. Hit that like and subscribe button. Y'all take it easy.